March 23rd, Flack from Setting Boundaries. We need to know how far we'll go and how far we'll allow others to go with us. Once we understand this, we can go anywhere beyond codependency. When we own our power to take care of ourselves, set a boundary, say no, change an old pattern, we may get flack from some people. That's okay. We don't have to let their reactions control us, stop us, or influence our decision to take care of ourselves. We don't have to control their reactions to our process of self-care. That is not our responsibility. We don't have to expect them not to react either. People will react when we do things differently or take assertive action to nurture ourselves, particularly if our decision is in some way affects them. Let them have their feelings, let them have their reactions, but continue on your course anyway. If people are used to us behaving in a certain way, they'll attempt to convince us to stay that way to avoid changing the system. If people are used to us saying yes all the time, they may start mumbling and murmuring when we say no. If people are used to us taking care of their responsibilities, feelings, and problems, they may give us some flack when we stop. That's normal. We can learn to live with a little flack in the name of healthy self-care. Not abuse, mind you, flack. If people are used to controlling us through guilt, bullying, and badgering, they may intensify their efforts when we change and refuse to be controlled. That's okay. That's flack too. We don't have to let flack pull us back into old ways. If we've decided we want and need to change, we don't have to react to flack or give it much attention. It doesn't deserve it. It will lie down. Today, I will disregard any flack I receive for changing my behaviors or making other efforts to be myself. I am Herb the Addictaholic. This is the language of letting go. One thing that I can remember, or one incident, I was young and we were doing a bunch of drugs at Disneyland, and I was with a girlfriend and her brother. And I had realized at some point when we were sitting down hiding on the dock by the Mark Twain boats, is at night, so they stopped running the boats, so we would sneak into this dock area and smoke weed and whatever else, knowing that if the cops rolled on us, we could plunk, drop the stuff into the water and we'd be good to go. So we kept everything in our hands just in case. That was the trick, right? Not to give you guys any ideas. But anyway, we were sitting there and we were doing our thing, and I was on, some stuff, acid, ecstasy, combination, cocktail of crap. Anyways, I noticed the girlfriend was grinding her teeth, and my friend was all bug-eyed and like moving his hands around, and I'm like, look at us, man. We're freaking sick. I'm like, we're fucking junkies. Like, why do we have to be on drugs in this place? And I remember the brother looked at me and he's like, you know what, you're right. And the girlfriend was like, no, shh, stop. Don't say that. She's like, whatever. No, we're having fun. It's a good time. We're having fun. And the next time it came up that we were going to go buy drugs to go to a rave or a party or a concert or something, the brother was like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. And girlfriend lost her mind. We were trying, him and I, to make actions to change ourselves, and she wasn't used to that. So it created a lot of flack. Most recently, I have a sponsee who, he's got some old friends, old ties that he used to run with, roll dogs, people that he would go do all kinds of things, good and bad, but probably mostly bad. And now that he's changing his life and trying to be clean, this person or these people keep contacting him and saying, hey, what are you doing? Come on, let's go. We're going to go do some stuff. We're going to go this and that. And he's like, no, man, I'm sorry. I don't want to do that anymore. I have some other stuff going on. And they're not making it easy for him, and he's got some fears tied up in that these people might, try to sabotage his life somehow because they're not getting better, but he is, so he's catching some flack for trying to turn his life around. And there's always going to be obstacles. There's always going to be a pushback on the negative if you're shining bright and positive. You know, there is no light without darkness. All sunshine makes a desert. You know, all those great sayings, cliche as they are, it's true. You know, and sometimes we need to be in a way tested, even though it's not a test. It's kind of a test. It's one of those, you know, decide for yourself things. But either way, we have to have enough faith in our higher power, enough trust in our higher power and our program and the fellowship and ourselves that we can overcome that flack and, you know, keep coming back. It works if you work it.